Junie Booty in the house. Let's go.
So the girls getting ready for their trial. Everybody, I think, of course, Geraldine and all of them helping them. They're trying to learn as much as they can. While they said their whole thing is, I gotta study because I have to get up in the morning for my trials. The trials, that first trial, they struggled. But what they realized with their magic, or I'm gonna say magic, powers, strength, whatever it is, the fact when they do the elements, together they're stronger. If they're like holding each other's hands, they can breeze through all of it because their power together makes them stronger. So when they did the first trial, they struggled a little bit. After that, breezed through it. Next trial after that, breezed through it. They breezed through all four of them. Got to the last one. They were the last ones to complete the last one, but they got through it. And then, of course, you know, the haters, all the people from the society club thing that was in, it was cheering them on. But then Darius and the heirs over there being a bunch of haters or whatever. Child, I ain't got time. But they did all the stuff that they had to do to pass all their trials. This was a few nights ago. Before their last trial, they had went... Was it before? No, I think it was after they finished their last trial. They had like a party or something, I think. But it's still Hell Week. So, you know, they still out there terrorizing them. Darcy, when she stole Darius' treasure, she also stole a dagger. The dagger, it was similar to one that Orion had, that she didn't have no business touching, but she knew it was something about it that kept calling to her. Because the dagger, I guess when you cut yourself with it, you ended up in the shadows, or you ended up seeing stuff from the shadows, something like that. So one night they was running around trying to get away from people for Hell Week, and somehow she took the dagger and she had it in her bag, and Darcy was like, "Why you got it with you?" And she was like, "It's just calling to me and it's guiding me. Come on, let's just follow it." Girl, first of all, we're not doing that. It's dark outside. We in the woods. Someone's following a knife. Where's we going? I'm not going with you. But Darcy ain't going with her sister, so it is what it is. She had followed Darius and Orion into a cave, and they was in there dealing with dark magic and bones and stuff. I don't know what they had going on. And somehow she got wrapped up in the shadows, and she cut herself with the dagger when Orion cut himself with the dagger, because the dagger he had and she had, they were like, I guess like mirror or whatever, like sister daggers or something like that. Because anything movement he did with his, she did with hers. And her goofy tail, they supposed to be in the cage hiding, but now she on the ground bleeding out. She need help. Orion seeing her in the shadows with him like, am I tripping? What's she doing here? So he get himself out of it, and then they go to find her, and she over there laid down in the cave, bleeding out everywhere. Tory, girl, you just finished all your stuff. Why you gonna take yourself out? And your last, you gotta get to the reckoning first. Okay, so she in the cave bleeding out. Darius is scared. Nerves bad. He's sitting there holding her, rocking her like she a baby or something. Orion got abilities to heal. So Orion, please save her. Orion got it together, but he was sitting here like, I'm so confused. Why do you have that dagger? Once he saved her and got her situated, and she actually woke back up and came to. He said, "Where you get that dagger from?" And she just looking. And Darius like, "What dagger?" Darius been locked in with her the whole time, but he didn't realize that she had no dagger. So when he saw what dagger it was, he was like, that's my dagger. Excuse me. Ask about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And to the point where he mad. Darius, he don't care about her no more. He ain't like, oh, my little sweet Tory. He don't care about none of them more. He bucking. Where you get a dagger from, Tori? I need you to say something. I need you to speak because you ain't talking. So Tori like, look, you remember however long ago it was? Because again, they ain't got no timeline in this book. Only nobody knows it's a week because of what was going on. But you remember we tried to drown me in that pool? You your goofy friends? Okay, so yeah, like I said before, I got my lick back and I burned your room down. And I took your treasure. And I took your dagger. Oh, that boy, he about to break that girl's neck. He had her pressed down in the sand with his hand around her throat, about to crash out. And Orion was holding Darcy back, like, no, interfere. They're like, boy, get off me. And she used her magic and got Darius up off her sister, first of all, because now you're doing too much. Don't touch my sister. Eventually, everybody had to calm down. They was like, they not going to say nothing. It was a whole thing, y'all. That whole scene was the whole scene like it's a movie. That whole thing was dramatic. I'm just sitting there looking like, what's going on? So the girls couldn't say what happened, what stuff that they saw in the shadows and the stuff that because they were dealing in dark magic. they couldn't tell what was going on because if they told what was going on, then they had to know, well, how do you know that? And you guys say, oh, well, I had my dagger. Well, how you get that dagger? Yeah, because you burned down his room. So everybody like, since we all can't say nothing, we all just gonna be quiet. Because we gonna get in trouble dealing in dark magic, and you can get in trouble for burning down his room. So everybody's gonna be quiet. We can go about our day. But at that point, that's when Darius realized it was y'all. Y'all two been in cahoots this whole time and tormented us the entire last book. Well, week before last, whatever it was y'all two. Then that's why I started not liking Darius again. I was his friend until he started doing all this extra stuff, and now he mad. Child, please. So of course, like Darius fashion, and he want to be big bad dragon man, and he's mad with the whole world, and then he got to go tell his friends, all the other heirs, it was them the whole time. They the ones that put the griffin poop on you. They the ones that gave you them fleas. They the ones that was spraying that room about you liking Pegasus, sis. Remember, I don't know if I'm saying that right. So y'all know what I'm talking about. And then she burned down my room. I'm trying to figure out how y'all mad. And I'm with Orion. Orion was like, can you be upset for her getting y'all back? It's literally the way of the Fae. Y'all would do the same thing. So don't go in your room and try to figure out how to get them back again, which of course they did. Because y'all got them, they got y'all. That's it. It's over. Not Darius, please, not Darius. So now he done told all the other heirs. Now they mad. Oh, they big mad. They trying to do everything they can to get them. But they were like, no, that's what we gonna do. We gonna wait till after the reckoning. They pass and they stand at the school. We finna get them. We gonna come up with something. We gonna cook something. We finna get them. That must gonna be in book 4 because they ain't do nothing to get them in this one. Now, it was one night they went to, I guess, like after they passed the reckoning, of course, they got a higher score out of everybody. But then they went to the carnival, like a little fair or whatever they had at night. They went to that. Tory went with Caleb, one of the heirs. He over there trying to do some road rage, road runner, leaving people in the middle of the woods and the dark type of stuff, trying to scare her. But you know, Tory, she is who she is. She ain't scared. And he was like, dang, what's wrong with you? What you been through in your life that you ain't scared by something like this? I'm sure Chicago's not an easy place to live, especially now when you grew up bouncing from house to house in the system. Please, whatever. So when he did all that, that's when Tory realized, oh yeah, he know, because Darius came over here running his mouth. So yeah, he know what we did to them or whatever. So of course she had to tell Darcy everything. That was a whole hot mess. Diego. Remember I told y'all I don't like Diego? I still don't like Diego either. We don't talk about Diego, like we don't talk about Bruno. But Diego on some shifty stuff too. Darcy went with Diego to the fair. Let's just say, before they little date or whatever they had going at the fair, Darcy wound up smacking the mess out of Diego. And he left her there right there. Well, she found a ride home. If you read the book, you're going to know. But I don't like Diego. Anyway, so now that they had a little fair, a little celebration, they did a little reckoning, now it's time for the lunar eclipse. Everybody out partying, having a good time. Hormones is raging. They had like a big beach party, bonfire type of thing. And man, them kids is a mess. Like I said, them last few chapters was off the chain. And Orion and Darcy have a little fling or whatever it is cooking. Okay, the teacher, Orion and Darcy have something cooking. I don't know what it is. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't know how far it's going to go. But now here goes Seth, because she's Seth, not Seth. No. Is it Seth? Yes. I think I said Max earlier. Sorry. It's Seth. She's Seth Omega. And he just got the urge to be up under her, because that's who he want to be up under. So he going around in the trees snooping, trying to figure out where she at. And she come walking down a little path with Orion's. Like, where y'all coming from? What y'all got going? Now, they do have something going that they're not supposed to have going because they student and teacher. But I think Seth know. I tried to ask people, Jen, if that was true. Because one thing, I love a spoiler. I feel like y'all can't tell me no spoiler. I love a spoiler, okay? You can tell me because I need the detail, okay? You tell me, oh yeah, he know. I want to know. That's okay, good. Now I know that he know. Now I got to read to figure out how he found out. That's how I am with spoilers, so it's fine with me. So I feel like he's going to find out, but he didn't in that moment. So we're gonna move on from that. Then here go Darius. Now Darius, all of a sudden, he realized he loved him some Darcy, and he got to tell her how he feel and da 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 da. Okay, Darius. Of course, in the midst of doing all that, his daddy pop up. Because the daddy, he wanted to use the girls to go into the shadows. They're like they're gonna be like the little sacrifice or whatever. And Darius is fighting tooth and nail. Get his daddy to start messing with her. The daddy about took Darius' life that day. Sucked the air out his lungs. I'm just like, bruh. Lionel is something else. That man, he's scary. He don't scare me because it's a book, but please, he's a very dark, twisted individual. A sick man with sick thoughts. Okay. He tried to sacrifice the girls to the shadow people, but of course, they are who they are. Together, they're stronger, and he underestimated them, and they did not die. They still going strong, clearly. I mean, look at all these books. And now, that's how the book ended again, on the cliffhanger. He tried to sacrifice him, didn't work. And then we got to go into book 4, trying to figure out what is going on, which is called Shadow Princess. So, I want to know. We're going to see, though. Until next time, bye, y'all.